Friends, fans, and fine folk, your drinks and snacks, and come on down to investigation check. Hello. I decided to call it investigation check because we're investigating the ins and outs of NPC Rivals, seeing if seeing if it's balanced in any way. How are ya? I just changed my liners so they're particularly squeaky. I can hear them squeaking inside my own head. I hate them and extremely hot. It's so goddamn. It's so hot. It is so hot. But we'll persevere. It's an interesting change. It is certainly an interesting change. So welcome into the stream. We're doing two tests with this stream. There are two things we're testing. One thing is that we're testing NPC Rivals. We've been working on that a little bit. I've been working on the balance somewhat and pitching other suggestions for ideas of what the cards do and what they should do and how much they should cost and whatnot. And the other thing I'm testing is whether YouTube Live is the next platform for me to stream to, because Twitch have been just unapologetic assholes, just absolute reprehensible, morally defunct scumbags, and openly so. Thankfully, openly so. I mean, there was once a time when people tried to hide their scummy actions, and now we seem to live in a world where people are openly scumbags and get no repercussions for it. So fuck that nonsense. I am not using Twitch. So I'm looking for other streaming platforms to use instead, and YouTube. I'm already here, so figured it was the first one to practice, first one to test. So welcome in. If you are joining us for the first time on YouTube, you've never seen me before on Twitch, welcome in. Let me know. If any of you used to Twitch are having different problems on YouTube, then also let me know. This is about testing what the changes are going to be. I appreciate your support and patience while we go through these scheduling and streaming changes to different platforms. It's going to be a change up for us all, but I'm a man of principle, and I refuse to um, patronize the platform that is actively trying to steal from us in order to train the shit that it's trying to replace us with. So let's start playing some rivals. What characters do you want? What character do you want to play? I don't know when the last time I played it on stream was, so I don't know if their abilities and cards have changed much. So I'll show you them all. They might not have changed much. They might have changed a lot, and they might be changing again still, because these are the ones that are printed on the well, digitally printed on the cards, obviously here, but they are not necessarily the ones that they are going to be. And um, and I have been suggesting different changes to them as well. I've got a whole bunch of changes that I've suggested to try and make it thematically feel more like the characters and whatnot. Gotta go to work. If you decide to change from Twitch, happy to change my spot. Let us know. Yeah, no worries, Joe. I will definitely be announcing it properly if and when I'm making the switch and changing things and whatnot, and where I decide to go, and how is best to support me and such. Because a third of my income every year comes from Twitch, so I don't make this decision lightly. I might well be taking a 1/3 pay cut for myself by standing up for my morals and saying fuck you and moving to a different platform. Which is, it's a great time to do that when you're in the middle of travel and you're already stressed to high hell. But hey, whatever. Does that mean Twitch are training AI based off all games people are streaming as well? Yep. Yep. And they were asked in a press release, why did you make it opt out instead of opt in? And he said, well, there's an honest answer to that. And that's if we made it opt in, nobody would have done it. Which is just openly and flatly saying, we know that nobody wants this. We know that nobody would consent to us doing it if they knew we were doing it. So we secretly did it instead. And it's hard to imagine that we live in a world where people just openly say evil shit like that. Your lives and your livelihoods mean nothing to us. We want to be able to steal your content so that we can train generative AI to be able to then replace you. And we knew that you wouldn't want that, so we tried to sneak it past you. Oh, and also, when asked about it in the press release, somebody said, has it already taken our backlogs as well? And he paused and stumbled and went, well, I don't know. I don't know about that, which is a straight up yes. And then somebody else was asked, why weren't we told about it ahead of time? And they said, well, then you'd have been annoyed about it essentially. And so we said not to tell you about it. They were just saying all of the quiet parts loud. The problem is I don't know if YouTube is the same. Yeah, exactly the same. YouTube is owned by Google, and Google is, I'm sure, just as shady shits as Amazon is. Which is why I'm not committing to saying, hey, everybody, spot me on YouTube, because there's a good chance that I don't end up streaming on YouTube either. It could be that if I manage to find some streaming service that isn't owned by reprehensible scumbags, I might end up on some other platform instead. I even started thinking, what does it take to be able to stream from my own platform? Like, how do I somehow set up a streaming service from roberthartleygm.com? Like, how do I stream there? I don't know. Meta stole books from well-known authors to feed AI without permission. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, they took the better to ask forgiveness than permission seriously, and then they didn't even do the ask for forgiveness part. I haven't seen any DMs yet. No, I needed to prep for this. Kick is still owned by Amazon. Yep. Anyway, Greg. Greg has. You go first. When you play a hero card, you may replace a quest card and draw a card, and you may only do this once per turn. You have Greg's Scarlet Grenade, which is 2 gold, and all of the rivals discard a card from their hand and a card from the top of their deck. So it forces your rivals to discard twice. Bodger. Bodger still has the gambling mechanic. A couple of the changes before you decide who you want to playtest today. A couple of the changes they've made to the rules, the base rules, is that they have it as 2 phases now. There is the acquiring phase and the resetting phase. Now you can buy without playing all of your cards first. Doesn't make much of a difference, but it does make a difference every so often with certain orders of stuff. You can now play a card, play another card, choose to use the gold you've already acquired to buy a card, play another card, and so on until it's all done. And then you move on to the reset phase where the cards that you've played and bought, then they go into the discard and whatever, etc., etc. They've also changed it so that the questing card is now called the ready card, and the ready card can't be used over and over and over again. You can't use the same ready card twice in a row, which is one good fix. And they've changed it so that everybody always has the option to spend 1 gold to replace 1 card. So you can change 1 card from the market line, or you can change 1 card from the quest line for the cost of 1 gold per card. At the moment, they've said that they're going to do it infinitely. I've suggested that that's a bad idea, and said that it should just be a once per turn. Everybody gets to just spend 1 gold to replace a card that they don't want, or a card that they know that the next person does want, etc. But those are the main big rules. One of the major issues I've said to them about that is that making it in phases like that is that if somebody's playing as Bodger, they can play all of the cards that give them gold. They can use all that gold to buy the cards from the market that they want. Then they can use Bodger's ability, and if they get a -3 or a -1 gold, oh well, they don't lose anything. But if they get a +2, they go, cool, I'll get a free microtransactions. And if they get a draw 2 cards and keep 1, or draw 2 cards, then you're like, cool, I just get an extra free card to play. And it's removed the. And so I've mentioned that to them. Bodger's Hammer is still just a +2 gold and add 3 to any d20 roll. And then Balin. Balin has changed completely, and I do not understand why. It doesn't feel like Balin anymore. He feels like he's just a discount Bodger, which I know is played by the same guy, but he shouldn't have the same. Like, it makes no sense to me. Now he's a gambling mechanic like Bodger was, but on a 1, nothing happens. On a 2 to 7, he gets a gold. On a 8 to 3, he gets to bury a card. On a 14 to 19, he gets to draw a card. And on a 20, he gets to choose 2 of the previous options, which is, I really don't like Balin's new ability. I suggested different ones, but have so far been ignored. Then we've got Balin's Fishing Rod, draw 3 cards, play 1 and return or discard the rest. Barradoon. Barradoon, each time you play a monster, choose a rival. They must discard the top card of their deck. If a hero, loot, or action card is discarded, you get to draw a card, and it cannot be blocked. Barradoon's Magic Staff. Attack, choose a rival. They discard 2 cards from the top of their deck. You may play 1 of those cards this turn. Then we have Willow. Willow is at the start of your turn. If your ready card is a hero, you get 2 gold. If it's a monster, you get to bury a card from your discard. If it's an action, you get to replace a quest. And if it's a loot, you get to draw a card. She has a +3 gold and a block, which is to draw 2 cards. But then you discard this card. So they did change it so that it used to be block, and then this card doesn't get discarded. So you're just constantly blocking and constantly getting a +3 gold. So they have listened to me about changing that at least. Then we have Eugene. You may play the top card of a rival's deck, discard it after. This cannot be blocked. Eugene's Tears. An attack, choose a rival. They must discard their questing card, which is ready card now. Draw a card, and this cannot be your ready card. We have Fred and Frida, who have changed a little bit. Instead of being a +4 or -4 to a d20 roll, it is forcing a reroll. And any time that a 1, 2, 19, or 20 is rolled, you get to draw a card. And then their fruit cart is on a 1 to 5 you get gold, on a 6 to 10 you draw a card, on a 11 to 15 you get to attack, make them discard a card, and 16 to 20 you get 2 gold and draw a card. And then we have Bat Bob, who is attack. You and a rival both roll a d20. If you win, you get to play a card from their hand at random, and then they discard it afterwards. And cloak of the Bat Bob is discard up to 2 cards from your hand and draw that many cards. And then finally, Rethal is you may bury a card from your discard when you block. And once per turn, you may draw an attack. You may draw a card if you have attacked. Rethal's Soul Sword is +2 gold. And then if you attack, you choose a rival and they discard a card, which then bounces off of your. If you've attacked, you can draw a card. And if you use this card to block, you discard this card, but it triggers your barrier card from your discard pile. So she gets to bury pretty well from the start. So if any of those jump out at you, you can let me know and we'll pick them. Otherwise, I can also, what I could do is I can pull up the suggestions I've made for these different powers that they have. What I did was I went through each of the characters. Went through each of the characters and said the vibe they give off when I made a document. Greg the Garlic Farmer, vibe he gives. Greg is a bland, forgettable, run-of-the-mill NPC designed to be your first quest giver in the game. He sends adventures on all manner of quests, etc., etc. And then I copy-pasted all the things you said in the Discord as well. I asked in my Discord, what is the vibe that you get from each of these characters, from the comic, from the sketches, from the D&D games, from the Nice Day Fishing game, whatever. Anything they've appeared in, what's the vibe you get from these characters? So I compiled all of them and said their power should be something that feels like that. So, for instance, my proposed character power for Greg is you go first. Obviously, Greg is the starter NPC, so going first is a must. I also proposed he gets the power, if there are no heroes in the market on your first turn, you may replace cards in the market until a hero is dealt. Because as Honeywood is the starter location, there should always be players, i.e. heroes, in Honeywood, aka the market, at the start of the game. And then on top of that, he should have the power. The first hero you buy each turn costs 1 gold less. 1 gold less. And my justification was that as the first NPC that any player meets in the game, he should have a power that encourages them to come over to him rather than anybody else, i.e. give him an incentive to buy heroes. And then as a shopkeeper with infinite gold to give to the players, to send them on quests, his incentive should be money-based. And then as a proposed item, I've said it should be +3 gold instead of the plus whatever it is at the moment. Instead of the plus 2 gold, I would make it +3, because as a boring shopkeeper constantly giving money to adventurers for simple tasks, having extra gold in lieu of any other ability is fitting for his more peaceful and diplomatic nature. And then rather than it being just a regular attack, everybody discards a card, I would make it an unblockable attack, specifically targeting the Vampire's card. If any Vampire's card is in the market or in any rival's hand, it must be discarded, which would be thematic to Greg's Garlic Grenades and how we've seen them being used in the past. Wish they'd chosen a different character than Rithal. Wish they'd played Piper. Piper would have been a good release, yeah. Been there. 5 Robert Hartley GM gift memberships. Doing your own little test there, been there, done the thing. See how it takes, what it takes to gift memberships on YouTube. Well, thank you very much. It's very kind of you. I won't go through them all because that'll take forever. But each of the people I came up with their own powers for that felt a little bit more appropriate to them, like Balin's, for instance. I've said his should be, you may either choose to put a card of 4 or less on top of your deck, or you may discard a card in order to search the deck for a card with an equivalent power, equivalent gold cost, because then it's like he's fishing for the card that he wants. And it also lends him into being a consistent, repetitive character, because if he gets one particular good card, he's going to dismiss another card in order to search for it and play that every time, which feels very repetitive to Balin. Anyway, if you want to play any of these particular characters, I can either say you can play, and we can play test my proposed power, see if it's actually balanced, or we can play the proposed the power that they've got written on the card here. Anybody jumped out at you? I know somebody said we haven't played as Bat Bob yet, so you want to play as Bat Bob? Oh yeah, top chat. That's going to be a problem if I move to YouTube. Try and work out why it just decides to go to top chat. Top chat. Top chat. I'm glad that Willow's card gets discarded now. Yeah, yeah, it was too OP before for sure. I'm not hearing any answers from you. Bat Bob seems fun. Sweet, Bat Bob it is then. Okay, you're gonna be Bat Bob. I'll read you. I'll read you my proposed power change for Bat Bob, and you can tell me whether you want to play this one or that one. Proposed character power. Firstly, whenever you roll a d20, you must subtract 1 from the result. Bob is notoriously a very bad luck character. Bob, as I'm proposing, will come with an attack that he can do every round. Play a random card from a rival's hand. They don't get to block it or anything. Well, they still get to block it. It's an attack. They can use a block, but they don't. You don't have to roll to succeed it like they've got it here. Because at the moment it's basically this power, but you have to beat them in a roll off first. Whereas mine is play a random card from their hand. Then you both roll a d20. If you win and the card that you stole is a buff or a debuff, you don't return it to them. You put it aside. You don't put it in your deck either. Because you've kind of failed. You played a card from their hand, but it was a crap card. You've also buffed them up. Your bad luck has buffed them up because now they've gotten rid of a starter from their hand. It's like they got a free berry. So it's like you failed, as it were. If you steal 5 starter cards in this way, you can immediately complete any quest from the quest line or quest deck. So you might be able to see my justification there. The stealing is thematic for his reliably good pickpocketing skills and penchant for thievery. And then the starter thing is because it's bad luck for him to have drawn a starter card, and he famously had 5 black tokens that he could flip over whenever he rolled poorly. And once he has 5 all of them flipped, he can do something epic without rolling. So I think that would make it feel much more thematic to who he is. You get to play a card from somebody's hand, and then if it's a starter card, you go, okay, roll off. If I win, haha, I get to keep it now. And then you do that 5 times, and you just get to immediately complete one of the quests. I also said that the cloak of the Bat Bob, just being discard cards to draw that many cards, didn't feel like it was stealthy or it has anything to do with him flying or stealthing. So I've said that it should be discard up to 2 cards to draw that many cards, but if this card is your ready card, you also cannot be targeted by attacks because it makes it really well stealthed. So you can choose to keep that here on your board to be stealthy essentially. To it's like he cast darkness from it. Now you can't be targeted by attacks. What was my proposed power for Balin? Just to go back to how we had it, where you can fish up the one of the things of 4 or less and put it on top of your deck. So it's like he's fishing something up and putting it in a bucket that he can immediately eat. Or he can choose to discard a card from his hand in order to search for a card of the same gold cost and play that instead, which is like taking a fish that he's already got and chopping it up for bait in order to fish for a better card. Does What's It appear? The What's It card is in the game, but it doesn't have any abilities to help Bob. I have already thought that I'm probably going to end up coming up with my own unofficial Rob rules for NPC Rivals when they do release it, because I've been thinking about so many rules and so many ways that these things can interact with each other that they're just not doing. Like, none of the cards interact with specific cards. I would love it if it was like, the What's It card, it does this when it's played, and then a little bit at the bottom that says, if you are Bat Bob and you play this, you get something extra. So there's like interactions. The Sandra card should be like, if you are Bodger and you play this Sandra card, whatever. the Greg. It's like if you play the vampires and you also have your garlic grenades in hand, blah blah blah. I'd love to have more interactions between the cards. I'd also love for them to lean into the actual rival nature of the rivals rather than just being called that. Like there should be something that says if you're playing Bodger and you manage to take a quest that Greg was going for, you get extra XP or something. Like you get to gloat about it. You have to force Greg to discard a card or something. You've played Flux. I have played Flux a long time ago. I can't remember the rules of it really. All right, so you're going to play Bat Bob, roll a d20, blah blah blah. They discard afterwards. I will. I've played Fred and Frieda a bit already. I'll play Rithal. That's somebody that they wanted me to think about the monetary game balance of. So I'm going to chuck your starter card in your deck, flip it over and shuffle, flip it and shuffle. I've got my dice, you've got yours. I need to put I've already put it. I think I have already put all these in the deck. Yes, I believe that's it. Alright, so starting at 11 p.m. Where? Start now. Okay, roll off to see who goes first. You got a 4. I have a 13, so Rithal will go first. I'll draw this, and I will send you your 5 into your hand. Excuse me. Boop, 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 boop. Right. What have I got to play? I've drawn 3 of my buffs, so I've just got 3 gold. What can I do on my turn? You may bury a card from your discard when you bleed, and once per turn you may draw a card if you attempt. I'm going to be doing that. I will buy. Well, I can draw if I attack, so I should grab that attack card pretty quick. I'll do that, easy. Out comes another one. Let me move them into ascending order of cost. And then we enter the reset phase. I group them together, put them there. You draw 5 more. Okay, your turn. Over to you. You've drawn your back cloak and 3 buffs. And on your turn, you may attack by both rolling a d20, and if you win, you get to play a card from my hand at random. So let's do that. You're attacking me. You know that I don't have any blocks to start with, I imagine. So you're gonna do this. Roll and roll. Only that, actually thinking about it, that is an attack, and I do have this does count as a block. Yeah. So I go, haha, no, you're blocked. And then this is when you block, you can bury a card from your discard. So I'm immediately just going to bury this. Boom. Oops. I'll put this away. Alright, so you did your attack and failed, but then you play these monies. You've got 5 gold to spend. And you can discard up to 2 cards from your hand to draw that many cards. So you can discard this one to draw one. You got 6 gold to spend. Nice. So, for fuck's sake, I gotta with a tiny little mouse. Gotta get my buttons correct. Alright, so you've played that. You're gonna play these as well, because why not? And you've got 6 gold to spend. The gold that is out there is Lag, Idiotic Consequences, Horse Pocket, and Top Tier Raider and Lack Effect. You can't afford these 2, but you can spend, for the cost of 1 gold per card, you can spend a gold to replace a card. You can replace any of those cards or any of these cards. What are you going to do with 6 gold? You could... Sup, Hubert Fartley. Welcome in. I've streams on YouTube now. First time, well, I've streamed privately on YouTube before, once a month for my charisma checks. This is the first public stream I've done on YouTube because Twitch have been assholes and I'm trying out YouTube instead. Buy Horse Pocket and then spend a gold to get rid of one of these cards, maybe. We could, if you've got 6 gold, you could spend one of them to get rid of one of the 9s that you can't afford anyway, prevent me from getting it, whatever, and see if something else comes out that you want more. And then if it doesn't, you can still get yourself Horse Pocket. Or if you want to save up and see if you can get top tier raid or Lactec and you don't want to destroy either of them, then you don't have to do that. You can just buy Horse Pocket and let the other one go. You can let the other one go to waste. Spend 1 gold to get rid of Lactec, replace it with vampires. You can't afford vampires or top tier, so you've got 5 gold to spend. You want to buy just buy Horse Pocket. It's a good one because it gives you gold and draw the card. Alright, end of your turn, you enter the reset phase, put all that there, and draw yourself 5 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, my turn. I had to block, so I'm only starting with 4 cards in hand instead of 5, but I will play them all for 3, and I'll buy Lag. Why not? Alright, group them up. And put them there, and out comes Bone Caller. Wait, is that 6? That's 6. I thought that said 5. Excellent. I will draw 5. Ooh, only 1, so I'll shuffle. Oh, forgot to be using ready cards. Oops, my bad. We'll use ready cards from this round. We did the first round without ready cards. Oh well. Okay, then it is on to you. What have you got? Flip. Rubbish. Flip. Rubbish. Flip. Flip. Okay, you've just got 3 gold to spend. Can't really do anything with 3 gold, so you can spend 1 to get rid of one of these, and if a 2 doesn't come out, you can still just buy yourself a microtransaction. Which one do you want to replace with a 1? You're Remdog on Twitch. I see. Welcome in, Robin. Which one do we want to replace? Get rid of vampires for 1 gold. You know, the middle click button's hard to isolate from the right click, it seems, on this tiny mouse. Alright, spend 1 gold to get rid of vampires. See if a 2 gold cost card comes out. It does not, so you can't afford anything, so you might as well just buy the microtransactions. Okay, we enter the reset phase. The part that I forgot before was that the first thing you do is choose one of the cards you played and put it as your ready card. And then you take all of the other cards and put them in your discard. There you go. I'll be at a slight disadvantage from not having readied, but I would have just had one of my buffs if I had. I will first start by attacking, and when I attack, I can draw a card. Do you have any blocks? I don't think you bought any blocks, and your cloak doesn't block, so you won't have any blocks. So there's no point me even checking. You don't have any blocks, so you're just going to take it. Boom. Each other rival chooses and discards a card from their hand. Guess we are going to look anyway. Boop, 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 boop. You choose to discard that one. Easy. Then I will, what does this do? Discard one card of the market line or quest line and place it. I will do that and discard the. I'll discard the. What am I going to have? How much am I going to have? 4, 5, 6. I'm going to have 6 gold to spend. I'm going to use lag to discard top tier raider and bring out an astrologer. I'm also going to discard save the world. And that's it. Then I'm going to just spend all of these, play all these 4. Boom. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gold. We play a monster card from your discard pile. Flock of chickens I've got, and we'll play from a discard pile. Curious Mask. Give it to you. Skip dialogue. That's it, Bone Collar. That's it, Bone Collar, buy him. Replace him. Then choose my ready card. I will choose this one. I will flip that, group it. Actually, I need to flip it because it's my discard hands. Move that there. Thus endeth my turn. Astonished. Okay, your turn. You have 1, 2. Oh, you've got your buff as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. 6 gold to spend. You could buy one of the 4s and hope for a 2, and if it doesn't, you can grab a microtransaction. Or you can spend 1 gold to replace one of them and still have enough for quick save if you don't like what comes out. Gonna need to lurk, no worries. Breathing through the pain. You got this ace. Keep pushing. You got it. Evening in. How's the game looking now? Hard to say really, because there's some of these prints on TTS that aren't the way it is currently. It's mostly up to date, but with some things that haven't been updated. And then since then, there's also changes that I've suggested that I don't have any indication of whether they're going to be accepted or not, so I don't know. Buy quick saves has been there on the thing. You're buying quick save then? Or getting rid of quick save? Now that you can do that as an option. You got 6 gold. So buy quick save and buy it. Alright. I'm going to buy quick save, and out comes a lot of 4 gold cost cards now. Benjamin Bandelier. And then you take one of the cards that you played, such as the microtransaction, put it as your ready card. It was not played as your ready card last round, so it's a valid option to. Excuse me, where the hell did that go? It's a valid option to use as a ready card because it isn't twice in a row. Okay, and then it's my turn. First, I play my Flock of Chickens, which is an attack, and because it's an attack, I draw a card. Do you have any blocks? I don't believe you bought any blocks, so you won't have any in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flock of Chickens means that you're going to have to discard one of these anyway. Might as well choose to discard one of these guys. No skin off your nose, really, there. Then I start playing cards from my hand. I'm going to play this one, and I'm going to play it as an. Oh, wait, on your turn, you could have attacked me. God damn it. Gotta remember character powers. You could have, but didn't. So I'm going to play this one as an attack. I choose you, you must discard a card. I attacked. Does it say once per turn? once per turn when you attack, you draw a card. So I've already done that, so I'm not going to get the extra bonus from it. But you're going to choose to discard a card. Good thing you've got the extra buff. No biggity. And then I'm going to play my other 3 buffs. Oop. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gold. 6 gold to spend. I will choose to buy Benjamin Bandolier because having another monster is going to be good for my build currently. Sandra comes out. Can't afford anything else with 2, so I will buy microtransactions. Then I move into the reset phase. I cannot choose Flock of Chickens because that was already my ready card last turn, so that is ineligible. So I will choose to put my Soul Sword as my ready card. And then everything else combines with the stuff I bought this round and goes into my discard. And then I draw 5. Like so. Okay, then it is your turn. Start your turn. You use your ready card for 2 gold. Then you get 3 gold and draw a card. And then you've got you can discard up to 2 cards from your hand to draw that many cards if you want to discard your buffs and hope for something better. You could, by doing so, you might be able to draw your quick save because you could discard 2 buffs to draw 2 cards. You've only got 1 card to draw from, so you'd have to, and then you might be able to draw it. Sup, Spidey? How's it going? Welcome in. I can use my ready card to blockers. If you use your attack, I can use my block from here or a block from my hand if I've got one. But yes, you can explicitly, it is stated in the rules now, you can block from a ready card position. So you know that I've got a block, but you might want to do it anyway to prevent me from getting the attack. And you know that if I block, all it does is discard this card, and it triggers this ability to bury a card from my discard, but I currently don't have any in my discard, so it'd be a good time to force me to block. You've also said discard, pump the engine, do it. Alright, so you discard 1, 2 to draw that many cards, you draw 1, and then you can't draw again, so flip it, return it, move it over here, and draw another, and maybe you've drawn it. Well, you didn't lose anything at least. Alright, so 2 gold, 3 gold, 4, 5 gold, 6 gold, 7 gold, and before you start buying things, you're choosing to attack me, which I can choose to block or not. Now, your ability is if you win in a roll-off, win, not draw, then you get to play a card from my hand at random, and even if you do win, which is only a 45% chance, there is a further 40% chance that you then just play one of my debuffs. So I'm actually not going to block that. I'm going to see that's not good for me, so I'm just going to let the attack go through. Roll off and try and beat a 14 at least. Haha. So you need to roll a 15 for your power to even do anything. 3. That tracks for Bob, so sorry, your power doesn't do anything and I get to keep my block card. So you didn't lose anything at least. How many did we say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gold to spend. 7 gold to spend, you could buy Sandra and then still have enough for microtransactions, or you could buy an astrologer and still have enough for any of these 3. Sup, Kingy Raid, how's it going? I've not been on when you've been live for about a year. How's this game? Quick thoughts? It's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's the game that I'm helping to playtest with Viva the Dirt League. It's Viva's new card game, deck builder. I really like deck builder games, and it's coming soon. We're going to get Sandra because we need to start getting red cards. Okay, so by Sandra, out comes Suspicious Guard. Suspicious Guard. That costs you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you've still got 2 gold to spend. You can just buy yourself a microtransactions. Okay. Next up, the microtransactions from before is ineligible to become your ready card because it already was, so you're just going to use one of these instead. I reckon Cloak of the Bat Bob's probably a good one to have when you're early game and still got a bunch of discount because you could easily draw a hand of debuffs. Yeah, I'll make the decision that you do that. Boom, there you go. You can put that into your ready card. This goes together with the stuff you bought this turn and goes into your discard pile. And then you draw 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, my turn. I start with Rithal's Soul Sword, and I'm going to use it as the attack, which means that I get to draw a card. And then you also have to discard a card or block it. You don't have any blocks by the looks of it, so you're going to discard this card. Boom. I then will play... Unfortunately, I drew him before I had any monsters in my discard pile, which sucks, but oh well. I'll draw him, I'm playing for the money anyway, and then I'll pay my buff, and my buff for money. And then my debuffs won't do anything. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gold. 7 gold. I really like Idiotic Consequences. So I'm going to buy that. And out comes Bucket, which is now 7. I've got 3 to spend. I'm going to buy Suspicious Guard. And out comes Lag. Okay. Rithal's Soul Sword's ineligible because I played that from my ready, so I will play Bonecaller as my ready. No, wait, no. Yeah, Bonecaller is the only one that makes sense. It's 2 gold at least, even if I won't have any monsters in my... Oh no, I will because I'll have just bought Suspicious Guard. Haha. Okay, so then I can put all of these together into my discard. Draw 5 more, and over to you. You play your ready card first. Your ready card is 2 gold, and you can discard up to 2 cards to draw that many cards. Let's go 1, 2, 1, 2. Ah, bugger. That was a direct switch at least. And it came out in that order as well, so if you'd have only done the debuff, you wouldn't have changed anything. Oh well. You didn't lose anything. That's 2 gold, 3 gold, 4 gold, 5 gold. You got 5 gold to spend. You can spend those to remind you if you've just joined us. The new rule that they're introducing is that anybody can spend a gold to replace one of the cards in either line. I like the new ready card. I like the ready card, especially now that it's one turn only. Like you can't just keep the best card you've got and just keep it in the ready card forever. Players with a deck holder attached to the arm always scream at each other while summoning eldritch monsters. Should we do the attack first? Alright, before buying any cards, we're just going to do the attack. I don't have a block in this one. You're going to try and attack me. Do I want to block it? Can I block it? I don't have any blocks in hand, so it's just going to go through. Alright. Let's see if you can roll higher than me. Roll, 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 roll. 18! I think you might have had it. I think you might have it. I hope you just grab one of my buffs. Come on, 20. A 4. Alright. So you just double check. If you win, play a card from their hand at random. They discard it afterwards. Okay, so I will flip all of these. And I'll shuffle them. Okay, which one do you want? 1 to 5. That Bob canonically attacks and fails at every opportunity. And then another thing says number 1, you take all of them, I guess. You steal or you borrow one of my buffs. Grand. Okay, so you've got that to play on your turn. So you now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gold instead. 6 gold. You could buy one of the lags and astrologers and still have enough for the other one, or you can buy one of these 4 and still have enough for microtransactions if no 2-cost card comes out. What you think? We've got Bucket. Play the top card of the market deck and bury it afterwards. Skip dialogue. You may place the card from your discard on top of your deck. Curious Mask. Give it to me and it's worth -5 XP at the end of the game. Lag. You may discard 1 card in both lines. And Astrology, you may draw 2 quest cards and replace it with either one. By Skip Dialogue. Alright, so we're going to purchase Skip Dialogue. Outcomes. A fast travel. You can't afford it, so grab microtransactions. That Bob is ineligible. That's my buff, so that goes back to me. And so you grab one of these guys to put as your ready card. Pop that there and draw out 5 more. Can't draw 5, so shuffle that and put it 1, 2, 3. Okay, my turn. Start of my turn, play Bone Caller. 2 gold, and I can play a monster card. Haha, I just bought a monster card. Pew. Look at the top card of your deck. You may choose to bury it, discard it, or put it back. Bury it, discard it, or put it back. I choose to. Have I got anything that I'm going to be drawing with? Let's discard the ready card. I'm going to choose to discard it. I'm going to make an attack card, an attack at you. And because I have attacked, I get to draw one. Yeah, I draw a better one than the one that I discarded. You're getting attacked, so you're going to block. You don't have any blocks, so what am I going to make you do? What was it? Must discard your ready card. Oh no, what are you going to do without that buff? Oh, I've got my... Oh no, I don't. I thought that was 3 wilds. I've got this quest at least. Oh, this one. Yeah, I've got these one. I am going to bury this microtransactions to draw a card. Yeah. I'm going to Flock of Chickens you. I can only do this attack thing once, though. You're just going to discard a card from your hand. Then I'm going to chuck this lag down. How much am I going to be spending? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to have 8 gold to spend. I want to get rid of Astrologer because nobody's buying that and I think it's crap. Ooh, you may use your NPC ability an additional time. When I've got a lot of attacks, that's probably pretty useful to have. So I'll probably end up buying that and the lag maybe. I will get rid of this quest and replace it as well. Then I'll finish playing. Oh, now that the change has been made, I don't have to finish playing before I start buying. But I don't think in my case it's going to change anything. Oh, in fact, I don't have to finish playing before I start grabbing quests as well. You have to wait till the end of your turn to grab the quest anymore. Damn. Look at that. That would have been better to grab, but I've already grabbed it. Oh well. I'll finish playing anyway, just so I can keep track of how much gold I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I think I will... Oh. Play the top card of the market deck and bury it afterwards is pretty good because it's for me to have, because then a bunch of good cards might end up in the graveyard, and I have idiotic consequences. Do I want you to have the ability to use a power twice? I need to start getting some block cards so that I can start burying my cards. I think I'll buy Bucket. I'm going to buy Bucket. I've still got 1 gold to spend. Necromancer. Necromancer. You may play a hero from your discard this time. Which one are you going to want? You've already got a lot of green. You're probably not going to start leaning into green. Purple doesn't show up in a lot of quests, so you're probably going to want Necromancer. I'm going to spend my 1 remaining gold to destroy Necromancer. And bring out another astrologer. Okay. Bonecaller was the start, so he's ineligible. So any of these guys. Which one do I want to put as my ready card? You're not going to be likely. So this is the thing. If I choose this guy as my ready card, then when you go to choose what your ready card is, you're likely not to actually choose a good card. I'll do that. Boom. Do that, and I'll put these away. And then I'll draw 5. And it is 30 minutes of playtime, which is what they suggest the game is actually how long it takes, which is nonsense. And I've told them that 100 times. Like, this is not a 30-minute game. And this is just with 2 of us playing. Imagine 4 of us playing. It's not happening. Okay. Why don't you have a ready card? Oh, because I made you discard it with Benjamin before. Okay, so you play instead. Ooh, these 2 go together pretty well. If you did skip dialogue first, you can place any card from your discard on top of your deck, and then you can draw it. And you can even do this one first to play like a crappy card on top of your deck, and then use this one to bury it. Unfortunately, you've only got 2 in your discard. So if you want another buff, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 gold to spend. If you really want 5 gold to spend because you really want that wheel of cheese, then you can do this one to put one of these on top of there, and then this one to draw it. Or you can do this one first to see if you want to play it or bury it, and then use this one to draw another one, and then use this one to set yourself up for the next round. You want to do the attack first before anything else? Do that last thing you said. You do the attack first. This time I'm going to say, oh man, you've done it again when you're making me want to block to bury, but I don't have any discard, so bugger. If you are going to attack me, I am just going to take it because I don't want to waste my Rithal's Soul Sword. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I was so close to a 15 for you. 3 versus 14. Nah, fail. Right. So your ability fails. Typical Bob. Then we are going to play Quick Save to reveal the top card of your deck. You must play it or bury it. You must play it or bury it. If you did bury it, you would draw a card. So if you want to play it for 2 gold or draw a card. Play it. Play it for 2 gold. All right. Then you can. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got 6 gold to spend. You can do the thing I said before to guarantee yourself 1 more gold and have 7 gold to spend. Or you can just draw a card first with Horse Pocket and then set yourself up with 1 on the next turn. I'm fearing the debuffs. You do have 11 cards in here and only 3 of them debuffs. So odds are in your favour to not do it. Alright, Horse Pocket first to just draw a card, see what you get. A buff. Oh well, it's the same as you would have done either way. Now you play Skip Dialogue and you can put one of these on top of there. Does it say you may? You may place one. Do you want to put a buff on top of your deck? Guarantee yourself a buff in your hand next turn? Meanwhile, I'll play the buffs and count up how much you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 7 gold. You got 7 gold to spend. Do you want to put a buff on top of your deck? No? Shrug. Fair enough. Alright, what do you want to buy for 7 gold? Do you want to buy a Wheel of Cheese and enough to buy microtransactions left over? Or do you want to buy a Lag or Astrologer and enough to buy one of these left over? Buy one of these and see what comes out. What have you played? You played a bunch of green, which means you're going to be getting easy puzzle, which you can grab now actually, because you don't have to wait till the end to do it. Got yourself your first quest. We have so much green, let's get the cheese. Cheese, doesn't me, I'm just hungry. You buy the cheese, see what comes out. Oh, a trash mob comes out, which you can afford. Oops. I'm going to assume that you're going to buy it because it gives you a red. Red's something you need for all the quests at the moment. Out comes Gold Farmer. Okay, these 2 is what you've bought, and none of them started as your ready card. Whichever one you choose to use, you might actually want to use one of these as your ready card. Whichever one of these 5 cards you choose to use as your ready card at the start of my turn, unless you have a block card, you're going to have to discard it anyway. So probably doesn't even matter, to be honest, because you won't be drawing it. It'll be in all of these will be in your discard instead. So I don't see it making much of a difference. You might as well just use it as your buff. Left of them. I need to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Start of my turn, I attack you. Because I attacked, I get to draw a card, and you, because you don't have any blocks, have to discard your buff. Then I attack you again. You have to discard one of the cards in your hand. Flip, 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 flip. Discard that one, I guess. Then I play another attack. And this time you have to discard a card. You discard that one, I guess. Then I play Idiotic Consequences. Bury a card from your hand. If you do, play any card in the graveyard this turn and return it after. I don't mind if I do. I will bury the debuff from my hand and play the microtransactions from the graveyard, which is exactly why I buried it before, because I knew that would be coming around again soon. I will play that one. Bum bum bum. And I'll play these two. Bada bink, bada boom. And how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 2 reds and a green. So I'm going to take that. Or I said 8. 8 gold that I've got. And I could do with some more blues, haven't I? I haven't got any blues for these things. Gold farmers. He only really works well if you've got a bunch of other blues. Fast travel. 8 gold, eh? 8 gold. Maybe it's time. Yeah, it's time. I purchased this. Give it to a rival. Congratulations, you've got the Mask of Redacted. Which is one of the changes I've said for a while. I am adamant about them changing it. They need to change the text and the name of it. It should be called the Mask of Redacted. And it should be more about desperately wanting it rather than desperately trying to give it away, because nobody is trying to give the mask away. People are trying to take the mask. Alright, so I bought that. I've still got 4 to spend. Do I want fast travel? Yeah, fast travel's pretty good. I'll do that. Boom. I'll buy that. Out comes another lag. There's 2. That's another suggestion I made ages ago. Like, lag, there's just 2. There shouldn't be this many double ups. Like, if it was me, every card would be unique. That one goes back in there. This one is ineligible to be my ready card. This one I only just bought, which means I use one of these as my ready card. I do this to make sure that I've got a block available, perhaps. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Make sure I've got a block available, because you've got an attack in as your power now. And then I draw 5 cards. And over to you. Start off with your ready card. Oh no, you got Benjamin. You've got 2 of your microtransactions though. Do you want to use them or bury them? If you just use them, you've got 5 gold to spend, and you can buy a Fireheart and Gronkbow or a gold farmer. But if you bury them, then you get to draw a card and hope for the best. Oh, and you can use your attack. Do you want to use your attack? Saying that curiosity is part of the mask's core mechanic. That much has been canonically confirmed for a long time. That's not a secret. 2 gold, 3 gold, 4 gold, 5 gold. You've got 5 gold to spend. What do you want to buy? You can buy either of these, you can buy any of these, or you can spend 1 gold to replace any 1 card from the board. I think I'm out of water, am I? Yes. Would you like to buy the gold farmer, which is 2 gold every time he comes out, and an extra gold if you play another hero, for every other hero. He's good for, like, a very blue deck. Fireheart and Gronkboy. If you play another hero card, you get to draw a card. Also good for a very blue deck. You got lag to just start discarding the cards you don't like. You got another lag, and you've got an astrologer to start looking for quests that you want. If you don't give me an answer, what are there like two of you here? Somebody say something. Fire heart works well. All right, so you purchase that for 5, and out comes a double jump, which is now 9 gold cost. I'm not sure if it's worth being 9 gold cost or not. End of your turn reset phase. You can't use this as you're ready. There's no point using that one. I've not got my Benjamin out, so you might as well use your best one that you've got available to you. Out comes that, and out comes 5 new cards for you. Do. Okay, over to me. I will start with an attack and draw a card. You must discard a card. Oh, bollocks, wrong button on my mouse. Oops. Boop, 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 boop. Every time I've made you discard, you've had a debuff. The debuffs have only been just discard fodder for you. You've not lost anything by discarding cards so far. Okay, then I will play my... might as well play my Suspicious Guard. Look at the top card of my deck. 'Tis Bone Caller. You may choose to bury it, discard it, or put it back. I should have done this first before this, because then I get to draw. If it is a card that I want, I get to draw it by attacking. That would have been the smarter way to do it. And I've got nothing here that's going to allow me to draw cards. Whoops. Whoops. Oh well. Oh, bollocks. It's really going to screw me up as well, because if I put it back, then he's on top of the deck. If I put it back, he's on top of the deck. The deck is only 4 cards long at that point. I go to draw 5 cards at the end of my turn. All of my discard becomes my draw deck, and his power doesn't work because I've got no discard. Bollocks, that was really poorly timed. Alright, well, I guess I will discard him then. Because then when I draw, there's a chance of me actually drawing him. Alright. Then I will play Lag. Discard 1 card in the market or quest line and replace it. I'm not going to be able to afford that. I'm sick of these Lags being out, so I'll discard one of them. Ooh, Murgles. I'm not going to be able to achieve any of these. I don't think I have any blues yet, but you just bought a Fire Heart, so there's a chance that you get this and I don't, so I don't want you to do that. Ooh, if I could just get 1 more green, but I can't.
I wish I could fly right up to the sky, but I can't.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 gold. 7 gold. Do I just lean into the super red deck? Just try and attack. If you play another monster this turn, draw a card. I mean, it goes together well, doesn't it? Rithal, Master of Monsters, apparently. Bam. She's doing it. I got 2 gold left. Can't afford it, so I'll grab the microtransactions. Okay, Rithal is ineligible. Chuck these there, chuck that there. I'm not going to want to put any of these as my things, am I? So I might as well put those away. And which one do I want? This guy. Boom. This guy goes here, and then draw 5. There we go. Over to you. First time in 3 rounds you actually managed to get to use a ready card. Can you bury from your ready card? Good question. I will write that as a question for myself. Revised rules. Where is it? Document. Blah blah blah. Change your questions. Where's questions? Good lord, where does that menu? Come on. Where's my tab? Questions, clarification. No, that's the old one. Questions, clarifications. Oh no, I just put it as thoughts. thoughts. Let me go down here and add. Can you choose to bury a card brackets, e.g. microtransactions from your ready card slot? Okay, so you can, I don't know if you can or not, I don't know if you'd even want to, so play it for 2 gold, try and buy a good card with it. In your hand still you have Sandra, play a hero card to draw a card, buff, Cloak of the Bat Bob, discard to draw, and another buff. So you might want to discard both those buffs to draw, which would allow you to flip this over. But first, why not attack me? See if you can get away with it. Attack! Have I got a block? I don't have any blocks in my hand or my ready, so I can't block it. So 45% chance that this goes through. Roll, roll, roll your boat. And nat 12. Oh, the luck of Bob. Nat 20 on your attack roll. I was like, you've won. And then I rolled a nat 20 and thought, oh no, wait, you tied, and tied denied. You have to win the roll off, not tie with me. So, whoops. Sorry, guys, your power doesn't work, even on a nat 20. Just wanted to drop in as you're alive, so I appreciate your storytelling, humor, and personality while DMing. You give me a ton of entertainment and amidst stressful studies. Thank you for saying so, Jen. Genix my 6. 20 also means it won't matter. Yep, sorry, your power does nothing. Do you want to use Cloak of the Bat Bob to discard 1 or 2 of your buffs and then draw that many from your draw pile? Or do you just want to play your buffs and go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? You would have a guaranteed 6, potentially more, or a guaranteed 8. Yeah, discard both buffs. Why not, right? Gamble it. Gamble it. Discard them, flip them, spin them. Grab 2 more out. This becomes your draw pile. And let's see what you drew. Oh, nice. Good choice. You did it. Hey, it turned out to be a good choice. You played your Bat Bob. You discarded your buffs from your hand, and you drew a Horse Pocket and a Skip Dialogue. Sandra. Sandra's power only works if you play a hero this turn. It doesn't look like you've got a hero in hand, but if you play your Horse Pocket and you were lucky, you might draw your hero. Nah. But if you bury your microtransactions, you might draw a hero. You want to bury it? Unfortunately, Skip Dialogue's power won't really work because you've got no discard pile now, so we might as well just play him. That book crashes into a wall, falls on the floor. Bury the microtransactions, why not? Alright, bury the microtransaction to the graveyard to draw a card. The card you drew is a buff. Oh well. Oh well. Win some, you lose some. Okay, play Sandra and a buff. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gold to spend. You could buy a double jump if you want. You do have a lot of green already. Ooh, you're also getting a quest. Oh, you're almost getting this bigger quest. Sandra's a monster? Yeah. I mean, what else should you get in action, maybe? There's nothing else you can do, so you might as well just grab this quest while you're at it. Got yourself your second quest. What do you want to buy with 9 power? 9 gold. Gold Farmer's power is 2 gold every time he's drawn, and if you play other hero cards, you get an extra gold as well. The Intimidator is 1 gold, and he's an attack. All rivals roll a d20, and if they roll lower than you, they discard a card. Grab double jump. We're not really rocking many heroes. Fair enough. Alright. Boop. Better boop. Out comes AFK, which does a different thing now. It's now only worth 3 gold. No, only costs 3 gold, rather. And it doesn't just give you a quest automatically and end your turn. It now says you may discard a hero, monster, or action, or loot. And if you do, draw 2 cards. So you may discard something that's not a starter. And if you do, draw 2 cards. You're all out of gold, so that is that one gone. Which one was this one was your ready card before, so it's ineligible now. No point using your buff as it, so you know that you've got Firehat and Gronk Boy that's coming out. It's like a 1 in 3 chance that you've got it in hand, so you might want to use that. You might want to keep your Bat Bob so you can do some discards, even some draw. You might want to do your skip dialogue, put that as your ready, because then you can immediately use your double jump. You know that your double jump is in your discard pile. If you do your skip dialogue in your ready slot, then this will come out first at the top of your round. You put this on top of your deck. Then if you've got any card that allows you to draw it, you immediately draw it, which allows you to draw 2 more. Might be a good combo move. Who knows? Put that on. What are you doing? What was that glitch? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then over to me. All right, I have got a Suspicious Guard. Play that before anything else. Look at the top card of your deck. Bury it, discard it, or put it back. I'm going to bury it. Then I'm going to play Idiotic Consequences. You may bury a card from your hand. I did. If you do so, you may then play a card. Actually, wait. Bury it afterwards. It won't be buried yet on this turn. But it will on the next one. I will play that from the graveyard. I will then play my Bucket to play the top card of the market deck. Whoo, okay, play that. Remember that these go back to the graveyard after. Poppy the Sheep immediately attacks you. Choose a rival. They discard 2 cards from the top of their deck. If they're both starter cards, I get to draw a card. So you discard this one. Oh, unless you've got you still don't have any blocks, do you? Oh no, that sucks. Sucks to be you. I got you to discard Fireheart and Gronk Boy. And it extra sucks to be you because I'm going to play Benjamin Bandolier and make you discard this one as well. And then I play my buff. That was a rough round for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 gold to spend. Oh, and I made an attack, so I get to draw a card. 7 gold and a fast travel for 8 gold. 8 gold, and I can put any card I acquire on top of my deck. Fast travel needs to be, now that they've changed the order of things around, fast travel needs to be clear whether you put it on top of your deck immediately, because now that the order matters, if it's not clear, then somebody might play fast travel, buy a card and put it on top of the deck, then play a card that allows them to draw it and basically play it from the market immediately, and I don't think that's what they intend. So I need to put a note there to say fast travel needs to specify during reset phase. It isn't set up right now, but I was wondering if your test could eventually be given out on YouTube. Yes, I think so. Sound like typical pop, really, yeah. So what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, and it can go on top of my deck. An intimidator that's also an attack. That's pretty good. I'll do that. And out comes Breastplate of Argon, and if it's your ready card and you're attacked, you can draw a card. I will do this, and I will do... what do I need more of? I need more blues. AFK looks like it'd be fun. Breastplate of Argon being 2 gold is pretty good. Pretty hard to pass up. Out comes that. I played 2 greens and a bunch of other stuff, so I'll grab this for my XP quest card. Ooh, that's going to be relatively easy for you to do. Oh, in fact, nah, damn. Should have done that sooner, because then I'd have bought one of the 3-cost card and used 1 gold to get rid of that. Because I wanted to deny you having it. Okay, well, one of the ones I bought this turn can go on top of my deck. Let's say... what am I going to put as my ready card? Oh, microtransactions, and Poppy goes back into the graveyard. Idiotic consequences, because then that forces you to discard some stuff and gives me Poppy. Bucket allows me to set up the idiotic consequences a bit better. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put Bucket as my ready card. I'll put idiotic Intimidator on top of that. This one back in there, and the rest of these in here. Boom. And then I'll draw 5 cards. That's finished. Your turn. Ready card. You got Benjamin, so no ready card for you. Quick save. Reveal the top card of your deck. Must play it or bury it. Might as well play it. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Unless you want to bury it, you can choose to. But it is gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold instead of 4. If you want to buy something for only 4 gold, then you might want to bury it instead. Has to get used to ads again. I can, if we decide to go with Twitch, obviously I can work out how to monetize there is a membership thing on YouTube of turning off ads for members and stuff, but we're gonna have to work that out. What's up, Nerdy? How's it going? We're playing to 5 quests. What can you get for 5 gold? You can buy a horse pocket or a gold farmer. Or you can buy AFK, lag, astrologer, and a microtransactions. Or you can replace any of these cards that clearly nobody's buying for 1 gold. 1 gold per card. Oh, and you can attack me as well. I don't have any blocks, so roll, roll. I beat you, so your power does nothing. This is why I said that Bob's power's crap, and I've suggested that Bob needs to be able to do something with his power, and then if he beats you in a roll off, then something else happens. Buy horse pocket. Alright, you purchase another horse pocket. Really doubling down on the old green. Might as well put quick save as your ready card. And put the rest of them there. And out comes another 3. Another suspicious card. Alright, and then you get your 5 ready. Boom, 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 boom. You didn't make any quests there because it was mostly just starter cards. So now it's me. I will play Bucket to start by just playing the top card of this. Oh man, skip dialogue. Oh well. Oh, and it's, oh no, I've got something there at least. You may play a card from your discard on top of your deck. Am I going to be withdrawing something? Oh, I could be. I could bury this to then draw something, so if I'm smart about it, I could do this and then bury it and draw it and blah blah blah. Bury a card from your hand. Alright, yeah, I'll use skip dialogue from the marketplace to grab idiotic consequences and put it on top of my deck. Then I will attack you, and because I attacked, I get to draw a card. I wonder what it's going to be. Oh, crazy, cool. All rivals roll d20. If they roll lower than you, they discard a card. You think you're going to roll lower than me, Bob? 6-2. Nah, you didn't. All right. Well, I only wanted it for the draw anyway. Then I will use idiotic consequences to bury a card from my hand. Oh look, I've got a microtransactions. If you bury this, you draw a card. So I did that, so I get to draw a card. And then, because I buried a card from my hand, I get to play a card from the graveyard. Isn't there I thought there was another good card in the graveyard somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe I was just thinking there will be soon. Well, I will play Poppy the Sheep. Poppy the Sheep is an attack. I choose you. Poppy, I choose you. You discard 2 cards from the top of your deck, and if both of them are starters, I get to draw another card. You discarded a starter, and oh, Wheel of Cheese. Bad for me, but also good for me because it's bad for you. All right. So you discarded that. I don't get to draw a card. You didn't have any blocks. I don't think. I don't think you own any blocks. No. Okay, so I'm doing alright so far. I will then play a monster card from my discard with Bone Caller. Choose a rival, discard their ready card. What have you got as your ready card? Eh. Is that all that there is? It's just this guy, this guy. Bury it, discard it, I'll put it back. I'll do that guy. I'll grab Suspicious Guard. I can reveal this. Bury it, discard it, I'll put it back. I think I'm going to bury it. Then what? Then play these 3 final. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's us. Put these way over there to remember. I'm going to check them out. We have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got 10 goals to spend. And I have achieved this quest, which I think I will take now. That's my 4th quest. Achieved it. Oh, the 15's come out, which I also would have gotten. Damn, if only I'd have spent 1 gold to get rid of a quest first. That would have come out. Then I'd have done it before. Damn. Order matters. What did I say? 10 gold? I think it was 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 gold. I will buy a... I'll get rid of lag. And I'll have 9 gold left to spend. Love meter. Ooh, you may use a rival NPC ability this turn as well as your own. 9 gold left to spend. I'll get rid of Astrologer. 8 gold left to spend. Ooh, Troll comes out. Give your card from your hand to a rival unless they discard a card. If they discard or block, this guy's an extra 1 gold. 8 gold left to spend. Using that Bob's own ability against seems pretty funny. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab this one for 5 with 3 left. Ooh, out comes Andor the Paladin. With 3 left, I'm going to buy AFK. Out comes Herbalist. Some expensive cards come out finally. These two I have purchased. Bucket is ineligible. These 3 would be crap to choose. These 2 go back onto the berry pile. Which one of these do I want? Search. Discard buffs, debuffs. My debuff must be in there, so I mean, yeah. I think I've buried one, maybe 2 of my debuffs, which means there must be my last debuff in my hand that I'm about to draw, which means putting a bury a card from your hand as my ready card is probably smart. Tactics, strategy. Okay, that is my turn. It's finished. There it is, look, debuff. Okay, on to your turn. First, start with quick save. Reveal the top card of your deck. You must play it or bury it. You don't have a deck, so you flip this around, shuffle it up, reveal the top card, which is a buff. You can choose to play it. What was it? Play it or bury it. Do you want to play your buff or do you want to bury your buff? For the rest of the context, this is the other cards you have in your hand. Play it. Alright, you got to play it for gold. And then before you play anything else, you might as well attack me, right? With your ability to attack. Attack! Alright, you attack. I can choose to block because I've actually got my block now. And I've got everything in my discard, so I can choose to bury a buff or something. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to block your attack. No, thank you. Not today! And when you block Azrathal, you can bury a card from your discard. I'm going to choose to bury this buff. Not today. Well, that's my block gone at least, but you don't get to use your ability. Then you can play any of these. Let's see. Replace a card from the market. Bury a card from your discard. Unfortunately, you have no cards in your discard. And if you you can't just play this to your discard. You have to play them and then put them in the discard after. So you play your trash mob, replace a card from the market, or bury a card from your discard. You can't bury a card from the discard, so you might as well replace a card from the market. Is there any of these that you want to get rid of? You have 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 4 gold to spend or 6 gold to spend, depending on whether you play this or not. You might as well play this while we're waiting for an answer. Roll a d20. 13. On a 1 to 15, nothing happens. Sorry, you've still held on to the Curious Mask. Bury the micro so that we can draw a card. Alright, bury the micro, draw a card. What did you draw? Ah, bugger. A debuff. Unfortunate, that one. So you have 4 gold to spend this turn. You can also you can also replace a card in the market. The only thing you can afford from the market is Suspicious Guard, but you could take 2 microtransactions instead. Or you can replace a card from like Allendor or something, see if a 4 gold cost comes out. It's now been an hour and a quarter of us playing. Get rid of Troll. Boom, gone. Troll's out of there. Oh, and out came a card you can afford. You have 4 to spend. You have a level 1 noob that you can afford, and then if you're not lucky and a 2 cost doesn't come out, then you can still grab the microtransactions. Level 1 noob, alright, so you buy the level 1 noob, out comes a new Dragon of Schmagenrog. Definitely ain't affording that. You now have 2 gold remaining and nothing you can buy from this, so you've got a choice. You can either spend that 2 gold to buy 1 microtransactions, which is essentially just like storing it for later because when you play it, it's also worth 2 gold. Or you can spend those 2 gold to destroy 2 cards from any of these to try and like screw up my turn. All that you can see is that I've got a green card for idiotic consequences. You don't know what else I've got. You know that the idiotic consequences card that I do have allows me to play any of these, and you know that there's a Poppy in here and a skip dialogue. So you know that when I start my turn, I will probably be playing another purple or a green. And so you know that I'll probably have a green and a purple already played. And if I've happened to have drawn blue and a red, then I've got collectible card game. So you might want to spend your gold to try and fuck me over by replacing that. Or you might want to just buy yourself a microtransactions. Can we get one of the quests? You got a green, a red, and a purple on that turn, so you cannot. You didn't play a hero, unfortunately. You bought a hero, but you didn't play one. But actually thinking about it, if you replace a quest, you might be able to replace a quest into something that you actually can do. If you replace collectible card game, for instance, it kind of screws me over, but it also brings out a chance that you can play a quest that you've actually done. 2 reds in a wild. You didn't play 2 reds in a wild. You got 1 more gold. Do you want to get rid of the other one that I might be able to do? Blue, green, and red? Or do you want to get rid of the Killer Vermin? Replace the Aris. Alright. Last of your gold to replace the quest. And let's see if you can achieve. Hey, look, a green, a red, and an any. You did go a green, a red, and an any, so you did actually manage to use your gold to replace until you got it. Oh, no, drew from the wrong thing. There you go, congrats. Alright, and then we enter the reset phase. This goes over here. These 2, there's no point in using them as that, so get rid of them. You used this as your ready card at the start of your turn, so it's going to be one of these. Which one of these do you want to put as your ready card? If you use Curious Mask, then it's playing a purple towards your quests, but it's also giving you 1 extra chance to get rid of it before the end game. But now that you have debuffs in your discard, you might want to use Trash Mob as you're ready, so that when you play it, you can bury a debuff. Trash mob. Trash mob the ready then. Alright. Boop, boop. And then draw your 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, start of my turn. Idiotic consequences. Trash a card from my hand. To play a card from this, I'm going to play... might change my mind now that you've trashed all of these things. Having a second green would... I've already got a second green in my hand. Which one's going to be better? Discard on top of my deck. I've got an attack, so I'd be able to draw it. If you play another monster, which I will be doing, so I'll get to draw another one. Discard to replace if I don't get the ones that I want. Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to play this one from the graveyard, which allows me to place any of these on top of my deck. Which quest am I going for? That one's worth more in it. I've already got 2 greens, I just need to... I'm already getting it. I'm already getting it, so I might as well just, like... I could replace these with some gold until I just get one that's worth more. Which one do I want? Which is worth the most money? 2 gold. Ooh, 2 gold and play a monster from my discard. Which is 3 gold. Draw 2 cards. Choices, choices, choices. Choices, choices, choices. This gives me an extra 3 gold to spend. I think I do that. Yeah, I'm going to take this and put it on top of my deck. Using skip dialogue, I placed this guy on top of the deck. Then I will use Flock of Chickens to attack. Because I attacked, I get to draw a card. You know what it's going to be. Oh, cool. I attacked you with a Flock of Chickens. Each of the rival chooses and discards a card from your hand. Floobity, floobity, flibbity jib. You have no blocks, so you choose one of these to discard from your hand. Might as well be the buff, I guess. Then I play... gotta do this in the right order. Then I do... If I did it the other way around, I'd have been pissed. If I play Murgles first, I draw a card. I don't have a card thing, so then I replace my discard, and then I play Bone Collar, and I've lost my discard. But I played Bone Collar first, which allows me to play a monster card from my discard pile. I grab this and go look at the top card of your deck. I don't have a deck, so then I shuffle this, put in there, top card of my deck, bury it, discard it, or put it back. Well, I'm about to draw a card, so I might as well put it back. The reason I know that I'm about to draw it is that I'm going to play Murgles. Murgles says, if you play a monster card, which I have, draw a card. Pew. Wonder what it is. Oh, it's Benjamin. Cool. Who knew? Then I will play him as... Then I'll play him as an attack. You don't have any blocks. You must discard your ready card. Sorry, Trash Mob. Then I'll play Lag. You may discard 1 card in both lines and replace. Let's see how much money I've got to spend first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. 9 gold to spend. Oh, This guy's worth XP for each monster in my deck. Look at my crazy monster deck. Look how big my monster deck is, everybody. I got a fucking monster deck. You ever seen a deck as much monster as this? I've got so many monster. Like, he's worth so many XP because I've got such a monster deck. Fucking hell. It's crazy. Crazy how big my monster deck is. So I'm going to have to buy him, aren't I? Alright, let's buy the Dragon of Schmagenrog. The Dragon of Schmagenrog. Out comes the Bard. And I've got 1 gold left to spend on trying to get myself the best XP out there. Because obviously I've achieved all 3 of these. I will spend that 1 gold on replacing this with this. And no, never mind, so I'll grab the one that's good. Bestest, and that is the 5 that I have. 5 triggers endgame, everybody else gets 1 more round. This goes over there. This one's ineligible. This one I stole from the graveyard, so it goes back. And then I choose to use any of these, but it doesn't matter because it's the end of the round, end of the game. So I'll put Murgles. Wrong button. I triggered endgame. You've got 1 more round to do it. Choose your ready card. Oops. Nope. It's going to be a blowout in the defeat. What is max gold? Theoretically, there's no max. It's however many cards you can play. So theoretical max is however much gold is in every card in the game, if you can somehow find a way to play every card in the game. I've seen this game played many times now, and I continue to not grasp it, but it's funny to watch Rob rant when it's not going his way. It is going my way. What are you talking about? I wasn't ranting. I'm winning. Okay, so this guy allows you to discard 2 cards from your hand to draw that many cards. You might want to draw cards first to see if you've got better cards to discard. Oh yeah, first attack me, and then Wheel of Cheese, you can attack me again a second time. So I guess I do need to draw my hand, even though it's not my turn, because you might steal it from me. Alright, so you're going to attack me, see if I can block it. I don't have my block, so you're going to attack and hope for the best. Roll 4 against. Oh, that was almost in that one. 4 versus 13, unfortunately, doesn't do anything. So your power is, once again, useless. Haha, but, I hear you cry. We have Wheel of Cheese. You play Wheel of Cheese, it's worth a gold, and you can use your NPC ability 1 additional time. You're going to attack me again. Roll better than a 4. An 11 is better than a 4 in this circumstance. Against 7, it did. You won. So you're going to be able to, excuse me, you're going to be able to grab one of my cards at random. Random. Give me a number 1 to 5. Rob is playing both sides. Let's face it, so of course it's going his way. No, you're playing one side. I'm just operating it for you. Just joined the stream, so I wasn't sure if you'd been ranting prior to that, but it seems like a safe bet. Number 1 to 5, which card do you want to steal? Which one gives you good vibes? Number 1 again. Boom. Flip. Ooh, you got fast travel. You can put 1 card. You can put 1 card on the last turn of the game. You can put 1 card that you acquired from the market on top of the deck. It's going to be super useful for you. I'm so glad you didn't get a play the top card of the market deck this turn. Okay, well, you get to play that from my hand. Then you get to draw a card. Then you get to draw a card. Then you get to discard up to 2 cards to draw that many cards. Ooh, nice. Hey, then you get to play this to draw 2 cards. Hey, that worked out pretty well. Then you get to, if you play a hero this turn, draw a card. Well, you haven't yet played a hero this turn, but if you bury your microtransactions, it's the end of the game, and it's worth 0 XP, so you might as well. Ah, bugger. That would have been great if it could draw you a hero. And then you get to play these. Bam. Alright. So you've got 3 green, purple, and a red. So you are getting the ancient wood gnome game of chance, but you're not quite getting kill the vermin. But you could spend some of the acquired gold to get rid of these and replace them, or you can just spend the gold on buying better cards. So let's see how much you've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You've got 9 gold to spend. There is an 8 gold card that is worth 3 XP. There is a 7 gold card worth 2 XP, a 5 gold worth 1 XP, a 5 gold worth 1 XP, and a 3 gold worth 1 XP. You get a quest. You do get this Ancient Wood Gnome Game of Chance quest, but I'm not drawing it for you yet because you might want to spend some of your 9 gold in replacing the quest line, because then you might draw a card that's worth more than 6 XP that you've already achieved with all of your colours that you've played. Use 1 gold to get rid of the 2 red and a wild, because there's no chance of you achieving that on your turn. Unfortunately, 2 red and a green you've still not achieved. So you've got 8 gold left. Buy Alandor the Paladin with 8 gold, because he's 3 XP. Alright, we buy Alandor the Paladin with your remaining gold. Doesn't matter what comes out, really. You then achieve your Ancient Wood Gnome quest. Congrats on that. Doesn't really matter what comes out. You wouldn't have been able to get it anyway. Alright. And then, thus endeth the game. We total up and see who won. Let's start with your quests. The game ended at 12:30, an hour and a half game, minus the time it takes to count up the cards. You got 6 XP, 11 XP, 19 XP, 26 XP, 26, 29, 30, 31, 32, 34, 36. That one was mine. 36. Ooh, 35. 36 again. Oh, you didn't get rid of the Curious Mask, so you're down from 36 to 31. 32. 31. 30. 31. 31 XP. 31 XP. Alright. Wait, no. I missed these ones. 31, 33, 34. You got 34 XP. Okay, 34 XP. I, meanwhile, have 18, 28. It's not looking good for you. 28, 37, 47, just for my quests. 47, 48, 49. Actually, I'll keep my 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 60, 61, 64, and then he's worth as many of these. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. We did it. The game is perfectly balanced. Nothing needs to change. Don't mess with the order of anything. So 28 to 69. Flip it. Get out of here. Get out of here. 34, that was it. 34. 34 to 69. Half. Not that close of a game. What do you put it down to? What do you guys think was wrong about the balance there? What went wrong? Bob can't do shit. Yeah. Bob's power is kind of terrible. Bob needs a handicap. Bob needs a handicap. Bob is handicapped. Let me pop over here. Let's do a little. Let's do a little analysis, shall we? I can save my computer some of the heating by turning off Tabletop Simulator while I open up my document. These are my proposed powers for the these are my proposed powers for the characters. Let's get one here. Let's just grab this like that. Boop, 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 boop. Do I make this better? Come on, crop you in from the side. Crop you in here. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, that'll do it. I'll do, donkey. Oh, not you. I want to move my picture. I want to move my picture. Boop. Hello. Hello. He can't block. His ability doesn't even have the odds in his favour. Or with advantage because of sneak attack. Stealth attack. Too much involves the dice roll, not cards. And some sort of boost involving stealth. No worries, Fredericks. Have fun. I'll see you later. Okay, so what I've said, from what people have said on Discord and what I said about him, that Bob is a dodgy character, well connected with criminal underbellies, decent with a bow, sneaky, unscrupulous, severely messed up in the head, enjoys exploding people from the inside out, bathing in blood, accidentally opening himself to demonic possession, and has terrible luck. While his energy is certainly chaotic, a little reckless, Bob's been a voice of reason more often than the other dickheads, with the possible exception of Greg. It's too chaotic because there don't seem to be specific conditions under which he will or won't support an insane idea. He decries it's insane just to go along with it. So I told you so. He's delighted by dark things. He enjoys the slide into magic. He's independent. He has a conscience, but it's somewhat buried. He can't go high enough to be sus. He's a very hedonistic character with bad impulse control, part of a big elven crime family. He's not interested in crime that much or drinking, anything except drinking in special time. He doesn't want to see others suffer. He's comedic relief. He's a rogue, should be sneaky and stealthy, etc. So I put together like these. This is the vibe that he's given. So what his powers should be, and I've said whenever you roll a 20, you must subtract 1 from the result. So like give him a nerf. Give him a nerf that ties in with him being unlucky. But because you give him a nerf, you can give him something that's pretty powerful, which is just you can play a random card from somebody's hand. The only way they can stop you from doing so is by having a block. That's pretty powerful because you're not only getting an extra card in a turn, it's better than drawing a card, and it's drawing a card that is also a discard for forcing a discard on somebody else. On top of that, if you roll a d20 and win, and it's a buff or a debuff, you don't return it. You put it aside, and if you steal 5 starter cards in this way, immediately complete any quest from the quest line. So you've got 5 rounds, at least 5 rounds, where you are actively helping your ally, helping your rival by burying their starter cards for them. But the payoff is if you manage to do it 5 times throughout the course of the game, you immediately get any quest you want. Any quest, not just the ones in the quest line. You can search the quest deck for the 15 XP quest and get it. The whole point of me proposing that is that it's simulating flipping over 5 tokens. Like he's failing, he's doing something bad for himself by actively buffing his rival. And then if he fails 5 times in the same way, bam, you've got your 5 tokens charged up, and you get to do something epic, which is get your 15 XP. I also proposed that his item should be 2 gold and discard. Well, I didn't really change this part just because I didn't really think. Well, he's literally the last in thing, and I was running out of time and I was tired. I just wanted it to have something to do with stealth, so I just added on this part. If it's your ready card, you can't be targeted by attacks. Leans into him being stealthy. I like him having gold because Bob does have gold. Discarding cards to draw cards. I'm not really sure what the theme of that is for Bob. Like he's stealing stuff, maybe? I don't know. But I did like just having a little bit of extra something for stealth. As for Rithal, I changed her quite a lot, or at least I would if I got the opportunity. Here's the vibe that she gives to me, at least. Rithal's a 3D, fully fleshed out immersion character and a player favourite. She accompanies the player on an epic scale quest and endures great hardship, and then she forgets them immediately. She's a demigod, she lives in the Pantheon of the Light. Going off a soulmate, Rithal's the romantic interest. She's a very capable fighter, but she's distant, she's goal-focused. She's very flexible and moldable. She can be whatever type of character the card game needs, because we haven't really seen much of her canonically. Makes me think of the wonderfully helpful partner that everybody dreams of, but because she forgets you so quickly, this is what makes her memorable, ironically. She helps with something crucial for the moment, but then only works once, like the quest. So basically, she's got nothing going for herself from canon, because we've only seen her in 1 sketch, and the sketch was just about how she is super 3D immersive and fleshed out, and the players will fall in love with her because she's such an incredible NPC, only for her to immediately forget you. So I took from that. There's just a party where I've taken down some of the past powers that she has. But I have proposed whenever you block, you may bury a card from your discard pile. I've kept that part because giving her some way of burying stuff just feels suitable for a demigod. She's of power level demigod. and he wanted it to work with her item, her sword. And the sword should feel like she's blocking rather than attacking, I feel. And then her other power, I said, should be that she gets to choose one of the following. She can play any hero from the market, and then during the reset phase, bury it. Or, after playing a hero from her hand, she can trigger the card as if she'd played it a second time. And if she completes a quest this turn, she buries the hero. Because this plays into the joke of her having a deep personal connection to the adventurer, the hero, and then immediately forgetting they existed once the quest is completed. So if she uses a hero to complete a quest, she buries the hero because she forgets it. And I proposed that her item was a +2 gold and basically exactly as it is now. No changes proposed. She's a bit underdeveloped as a character, so no flavorful effect of what we can do with the item besides just leaning into the sword being a way to attack and block. So having it being an attack and a block, but she can bury a card. Also, I think every turn that I attack, I can draw a card, meant that very quickly in that game that we just played, very quickly, even from turn one, really, I essentially just had a hand of 6 every turn because I started with my starter item being an attack card. I bought an attack card from the market. I bought Bonecaller, which allows me to then get the monster attack card out of my discard. And then after that, I bought like 4 more attack cards. Every hand I had an attack card. I don't think there was a single round that whole game where I didn't have an attack card, which meant every round I was drawing a card. This is cool, like how you theme the powers around the vibe of the character. Like the second one feels very on point. Yeah, I mean, that was my approach to it. Like if I'd have been brought on from the very beginning, I would have had this sort of thing made from the beginning and said, all right, what sort of powers should everybody have? Well, we first need to find out what people think of when they think of that character. Like, what do you think of when you think of Willow? She's helpless, wealthy, kind. People want to protect her. She's smarter than she looks. She's plucky, naive, bit of a coddled princess, kind, forgiving, helpless, moral support. Doesn't have much of her own power, but she's a princess. A lot of things keep coming up there: princess, kind, and helpless. So her powers should feel like something that makes her kind, helpless, and doesn't have much of her own power. And so I proposed that she starts with 1 gold every round. So she's just always wealthier than anybody else. Gives her a wealthy princess vibe while not being too game breaking. And every card that you buy has the additional text block. So because you are helpless and people want to protect you because you're a helpless little naive girl, every card that you have is now a block card, or you can choose it to be a block card. Block, stop an attack targeting you, draw a card, bury this card. So if the attack is going to be particularly bad, you can now choose to turn any card you want into a block card, and then bury the card. So fantastic early game because anybody attacking Willow, if she's got any of the starter cards in hand, she can go. Oh no, actually, it can't work on starters because I specifically said every card you buy has the additional text. So she can't use it on starter cards, but she can choose to buy a bunch of like 2 cost cards and just be like, yeah, these are just going to be my blocks if I need them. Alternatively, I just said, all right, well, I don't think they're going to make such a drastic change this late into the planning stage at this point, so I'll just suggest an alternate, which is the power as he's stated it now. At the start of your turn, if your ready card's a hero, monster, action, or loot, but I just added a starter as well, so that she's got some power in the early game. And then I proposed that her item power should be 3 gold and a block. No changes proposed. She's wealthy, helpless, and protected. And this is what's going on here. What have I done with this? Fred and Frida. Just adapted my headings a bit there. Fred and Frida. Hamish's fruit cellar gives you gold. Yeah, I mean Fred and Frida. I said, what's the vibe that they give? I didn't actually go through with the balding. I must have missed that particular part. But impoverished, terrible luck, nagging wife, little empathy, constantly argue, unhealthy relationship, at odds with each other. You get it, that kind of vibe. Argumentative, serfs, doormat, etc. I think I proposed. Oh yeah, this one is one that I was like, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. You start with -1 gold every round. I kind of liked the vibe that they are impoverished. So, like with Bob, give them a debuff so that you can give them something a bit more buffed up. Start with 1 gold every round, and you can never have more than 15 cards in your deck. Each time you acquire a card, you may choose to bury a card from your discard, or the cards, or any of your cards played this turn. So eventually, that is actually that's actually quite a powerful thing because in a deck builder, you want to have a really tight deck. Ideally, you want just a small number of cards that just work with each other very quickly. And then I also still kept the you may add a +4 or -4, blah blah blah. And I didn't actually buzz power yet because I forgot that these. I think I fucked the heading up, and so it disappeared into Willow's heading. Oops. My justification was this is a bit wild, and maybe I'm just a bit too sleepy brain now to think of it if it's balanced or not. But the vibes that they're extremely impoverished and own practically nothing, as established in the sketches. They bury it when acquiring helps them to have an efficient deck at the cost of many XP cards. Oh, I was quite pleased with an idea that I had for Eugene, but it might be a bit out there. Vibe that Eugene gives off. Disliked by the players, quests are annoying, tedious, and slow. Must accompany the adventurer on escort missions, especially slow speed is infuriating. He's pathetic and helpless, utterly helpless, adorable puppy, he's loud, he's emotional, scared, not in the least bit heroic, continuous victim, worrywart, can't help himself, but he's somehow invincible. Very consistent, very needy, obnoxious. Those are the vibes he gives off. So I said, when a rival completes a quest, you may force them to place that quest into their discard pile. If you do so, draw a card. The quest cannot be targeted by any other effects. It does not count as a completed quest until they draw it into their hand and play it. One of the most iconic things about him is his slow escort quests. Slow yourself, adventurer. So preventing a quest from being completed is quite thematic, and it gives Eugene time to complete an additional quest before his opponents can trigger the endgame. And not only that, but before the endgame, every time you draw 5 cards, and one of them's your quest, you're like, now I've only got 4 cards. Essentially, it essentially acts as a debuff for them, and that feels very thematic for him. His helplessness is forcing his enemies to slow down. That on its own didn't feel very powerful or like enough because it's only going to trigger when they finish a quest. So I also gave him, when you play a debuff card, you can choose a rival. If that rival has a buff in their hand, they must give it to you. Leaning into the vibe of helpless and relying on others to help him. So he's going, "Oh, I'm helpless, debuffed." And then somebody else has to go, "Oh, fuck's sake, Eugene," and give him a buff card, which is on its own not great, but not terrible. Like it's sort of self-balanced, that one, because it's not really in itself a buff or a debuff. Because yes, every time you play a debuff, you get an extra gold. It's essentially turning your debuffs into buffs, but it's also starting to stack your deck with buffs because it's not just play it from your enemy; it's they give it to you, meaning it's now part of your hand. So you're helping your enemy out by burying their buffs, but you're at the same time making them discard a card from their hand, which is a goal, and you're adding it to your own pile, and So I thought that was an actually pretty self-balancing ability for him. And then proposed item power when you play Eugene's Tears, no change proposed. This gives the infuriating and hated vibe. All rivals must discard their ready card. You draw a card. This card cannot be your ready card. So anyway, those are some of the ones that I proposed for the characters. I quite liked the ideas of them. Which other ones did I enjoy? I didn't change Bodger too much. The vibe he gives off gives out simple fetch quests. He's got a rivalry with Greg. He needs a need to show off. He's got a gambling problem. He's dumb, but he's a genius at conning people. He can rip the spine out of a hag. He's got Hulk smash, gambler, carries a grudge, only cares about himself, lazy, strong, direct, etc. So I said his power should be choose one of the following: either swap a loot card from your hand with a loot card in the market line in the market worth no more than one additional gold, which has the vibe of upgrading loot, as a blacksmith does. So he can buy a 3 gold loot item, and when it comes around again, he can replace that 3 gold item loot item in the market with a 4 gold loot item for no additional cost. This option for his power is there for any player that doesn't like risk, or if Bodger is playing against Fred and Frida, or anybody who can fuck around with D20s, they can instead just choose to use this slightly safer option. Or the other thing is during your play phase, you can state any amount of your available gold and then roll a D20. On a 1 to 7, you lose that amount. On an 8 to 12, nothing happens. On a 13 to 16, you gain the stated amount back. A 17 to 19, you get twice the amount, and 20 plus, you'd gain thrice the amount. Much like Bodger's gambling in the Adventures of Ezra. Mathematically, it works out as an expected 1.3 times. So if he played all of his cards and then said 10 gold, and rolled a 20, he'd get 30 gold on top of his 10. So he'd have 40 gold to spend, but only if he got a nat 20. On a 1 to 7, he would have no gold to spend that turn. And on an 8 to 12, nothing would happen. He just got 10 gold to spend. And of course, you can do it at any point. So you can, and this way, with them changing it up so that Bodger, with them changing up so that you can buy things in the middle of playing cards. Now you can't do the issue that I was bringing up at the start of this, where I said Bodger could roll a nat 1 and get a -3 gold, but he can choose to have spent all his gold on cards first and then use his ability. And if he gets the -3 gold, there's no harm in it. So they can no longer have Bodger if they do it this way, where you can play cards and buy cards during the same phase interchangeably. If they go ahead with that, then they have to change Bodger's power, because he can't have a -3 gold as one of the options for his gambling risk. So I liked doing it this way instead. And that way your payoff could be huge, but you're taking a real risk in order to try and get that payoff. And then the proposed item power I said was, I quite like this, but I think it's a little bit out there. There's no way in hell that they're going to change it to this. You write on the card, for Bodger only, +1 gold, an attack. Play a random card from a rival's hand and replace it with this card. When they discard it, it returns to your hand. His throwing hammer is constantly getting lost and being returned to him. So when you play this, if you are Bodger, you play this card, it's worth 1 gold to you, and then you attack with it. You replace a card in somebody's hand with this one. Now you've bulked up their hand with a card that's utterly useless to them, and you've used their card. At the end of your turn, you give their card back into their discard and whatnot, as normal. It comes all the way around to their card, their turn. They play your card. and nothing happens with it because it does nothing for them. When they go to discard it, it returns to your hand, not your discard, so you get it back to your hand. But the downside is the entire time that they've got it, you don't have it because it's lost because Bodger's constantly losing his hammer, and so thematically it's gone. He doesn't know where his hammer is, and then thematic to Adventures of Azarum, when they finally discard it, Captain America, he brings it back to himself, and it becomes part of his hand again. So the Bodger's hammer card would always either be in Bodger's hand or in somebody else's hand. Oh, and I'd say uh, this card cannot be buried. Because then somebody can't say, bury a card from your hand and just bury Bodger's card. I think Bodger's hammer's quite amusing. It's rightfully his. Yeah. I don't know. I think we could have just had a little bit more fun with the vibe of stuff. Let's check Baradoon's now. Baradoon's the most powerful NPC in the game, designed to give late game quests. He's the most self-aware. He's bored. He likes messing with people for fun. He's got self-adoration, loud confidence, lonely, arrogant, magical Hulk smash, selfish, hedonistic, might as well have fun, arrogant, cocky, still likable somehow. And his portal away ability is iconic. So I wanted somewhere to use that portal away ability. So I proposed he has an ability to look at the top card of any deck. So he can look at your deck, he can look at the market deck, he can look at the quest deck. Just at any point during his turn, once per turn, like everything else, look at the top card of any deck. And this is because Baradoon is a metagamer due to being self-aware of the fact he's in a game. So I wanted one of Baradoon's powers to be something that felt like the player who's playing as Baradoon gets a little bit more meta knowledge about the fact that you're in a game. Also, when you complete a quest, all rivals must discard a card, because he gets infuriatingly boastful after any success. I also wanted him to have an instant unblockable attack. You can discard or bury a card from your hand to force a rival to do the same to a card they just played with equal or lesser gold cost. That's him using his powerful magic, i.e. discarding or burying cards, to annihilate something that he doesn't like, which is very arrogant, very Baradoon, like having wild magic and having meteor strikes and stuff. You play a really good card that you're really proud of that's like a Lakatech or something, and he can go, you know what? Self-sabotage, because who the hell cares? Like the vibe that we got here. He might as well have fun with it. Nothing matters. He's aware he's aware he's in a game. Uses magic to solve anything. Messes with people just for fun. Like he just goes, you know what? I'm gonna bury my 9 gold cost my 9 gold card to force you to bury your 9 gold cost card, and it's an unblockable attack. I thought that felt very arrogant and Baradoon like. And then I said his proposed item power was +1 gold, because he doesn't currently have any gold on his item card, but Baradoon's very wealthy. And then attack, choose a rival, choose a card from their hand and play it this turn, place it in their discard pile afterwards, and then block. Draw a card, shuffle this card back into your deck. Portal away! If he blocks with his staff, portal away! He basically is using up one of his spell slots. But he's still got the staff, and he'll get his spell slots back pretty quickly, so it's shuffling back into the deck. So he's going to draw the staff again pretty quickly. Which my current ideas for them, but I don't know if any of these are going to be taken into account, because I think the last I heard from them, they said that they want things done by the 14th, which it now is, and I sent this to them and heard nothing back, so I don't know if they've even looked at it, to be honest. What did I give for Greg? I think we went over this before, didn't we? you go first. If there are no heroes, you can replace it in the market until there is a hero. And the first hero you buy costs a gold less. Should have 3 gold for his Garlic, and it's only an attack if there's a Vampires card in play. His Garlic Grenade is, his Garlic Grenade is 3 gold, but it's not an attack unless there's Vampires. Balin. Place one of 4 or less into your deck, or discard a card to search your deck for a card with an equivalent gold cost or lower. Because he's fishing for a card. And then I give his fishing rod a block as well. A block where he gets to draw a card and then place this card on top of your deck so that he'll get his fishing rod back again. Adding a block keeps it in line with his defensive prowess and lovable plot armor, as seen in Balin's route. Would be quite interesting to just give his the alternative would be to give his fishing rod basically not much power at all, but give it an ability where it's always in his hand. So make it just like a +1 gold and draw card. When you discard this card, put it back in your hand or something. I think that was all of them, wasn't it? Give all of these ones from Frida. I need to revisit because I forgot to do their one because they disappeared inside of below. That Bob. Yeah. And then I I've got them with the revised play rules here. And I've got 2 of them now. Revised play rules here, and the look at all the tabs that I've gone through at the bottom here. All the old cards, the rewritten old cards, the market cards, old quest cards, old suggestions that I made. My first thoughts, the list of all the cards, the copy of the cards list, the market cards, the quest cards, the NPC abilities. Lots and lots and lots of times and work to try and get this the best it can be. Because I want it to be the best it can be. I want it to be the very best. Like no card game ever was. Doop doop doo doo. Thank you, Tina. That's very kind of you. Okay, well, I don't think YouTube has any raid type thing, so we'll just end the stream, I guess. Tomorrow morning, or this morning, since it's 1 o'clock in the morning already, in about, did I say 10 o'clock in the morning? Or 9 o'clock in the morning? I hope I said 10. Yeah, 10 o'clock. In 9 hours' time, I'll be doing a BTS of Daggerheart. That will be back on Twitch because, as somebody pointed out earlier, I've had problems with trying to stream BTS to YouTube before. I think my channel has been whitelisted now, so it shouldn't be a problem, but I don't know for sure. And people were told it was on Twitch, so I just don't have enough time to sort out YouTube properly. So I think I will. I don't know. Do I want to put it on YouTube? Do I want to put it on Twitch? I really just don't want to use Twitch again. I think I'd rather just be like, no, fuck you guys. Do I commit to just saying, no, we're going to stream to YouTube? I know that I have had my channel whitelisted by Viva because I got a bunch of my stuff started getting taken down or started getting demonetized because they went to a new management something or other that manages the online copyright or whatever, and they must have been much more good at their jobs because I suddenly started getting a bunch of copyright strikes on my the watch party stuff that I've got for D&D Logic Season 1 on my YouTube channel. And all of those started getting demonetized. And I mentioned it to Adam, and he goes, "Oh, they shouldn't be. Let me get that fixed for you." And he sent an email, and then within a day, I started getting a bunch of emails being like, "Your videos can be monetized again." So I know that I have been whitelisted, so I don't imagine me streaming a BTS to YouTube will be an issue. I think it might be worth me trying it. If nothing else, just to make a statement to Twitch, like, you can't just be openly evil and expect us not to do something about it. Yeah. Think about dual streaming for a while. Yeah, I can't remember how to do that though. I can't remember how to set it up. I did consider it, and I was like, I don't know. That immediately went into the too hard basket because I don't remember how to do dual streaming. Give people a chance to use the last bits they have. Yeah, that's true, Robin. Got a few hours to think about it. No, I don't. I'm on to bed. 1 in the morning. Twitch's been training AI the last 2 years at least without letting anybody know. The reason they're letting people opt out now is to get ahead of inflation. Yep, wouldn't surprise me. Imagine everybody is. Imagine everybody's doing the same. I imagine YouTube's probably been doing the same as well. Google's probably no better than Amazon. Why is it that we live in a world where we can't trust any of the people that we are forced to rely on? Like Greg after Susan, we'll follow you. This is not Facebook. Uh, I'm far too busy to need this right now. Fucking hell. I don't know how to start researching the ethical companies that are. I don't even know. Like, everybody's hiding it. Everybody's morally corrupt and hiding it. How are you meant to know which platforms to actually rely on, invest in? This is why I'm like, I want to just be able to do it myself. I want to just say, fuck it, don't rely on any platform you can't trust them. Stream from my own website, but like, I don't know the first thing about how you set that up. What does it take to be a streaming platform? Essentially, what does it take to? What kind of servers do you need? In an ideal world, you just go to like robertarleygm.com and just be like, yeah, you can watch my streams there. And then you know all of the money you're giving me is going to me and not to some fat cat billionaire. Sometimes doing the right thing is just not doing the most evil thing. We should put dogs and cats in charge. Yeah. Which content creators likely do this research for you? Give it a week or two and think about it again. Yeah. Yeah. Give it a week to say, hey, where are we all making the move to? Let's do it. Phonecast is an option. It worked for me streaming to myself, but would take a lot more setup for a global audience. Free streams would cost you money. Only people paying for you would be monetized. So only people paying you would be monetized. Can you stream to Patreon? I did wonder that as well. I don't know, but I can look into that and see if Patreon's an option. I know AJ Pickett, the fellow that was on my short rest recently, I know he left Patreon recently because he had problems with him. I can't remember uh, what his gripes with Patreon was, but it sounded valid at the time. Your website's set up with Fourth Wall? Yeah. Yeah, my website's set up with my merch store. Fourth Wall. And from the amount of research I was able to do into Fourth Wall when I was choosing who to go with, they seemed like decent people. Few companies and government controlling all until it's destroyed. Make more money. Yeah. Fun. A lot of people said screw you to Patreon earlier. Yeah. And this is the problem. Everything is, to differing degrees, screwing you over until eventually people go, yeah, Amazon are evil and they're exploiting children to make cheap crap for them and using it to make shareholders who are already billionaires into multi-billionaires. But which company isn't evil? It's like, yeah, but they could be less evil. Ah, yeah, but you never know. Like every company's probably evil, so you might as well just stick with any of them. That's a pathetic to possibility of ever changing by boycotting the one that you know to be evil. Well, these people said that they eat babies, but who's to say that Google's not also eating babies? So, why would you change? Because I know that these ones are. Like, you gotta work on the evidence you know about. Yeah, YouTube might well be just as shitty as Google, and we've definitely heard some shitty things that Google have done, but they haven't, to my knowledge, come out in a press release outwardly admitting to sneaking settings into your back end because they know that you wouldn't have agreed to it if they hadn't been done it sneakily. You can stream to Patreon. And the reason I fulfilled is because you do, and I figured you'd chosen the reasons. Yeah, I did my best to look into them as much as I can, but limited by my capacity for doing so. Discord specifically blocks content scraping, but I don't know how you monetize Discord. They're all evil, like we're just supposed to be fine with it. Whatever you do and go, we'll spot it. Thank you, Ace. I appreciate that because it is going to be a pretty big drop in my annual income.
This is your share of the loot.
Twitch
For
accounts
being
for about
awesome and doing
35%
your
of my
best.
annual income, and a good chunk of you is going to follow me across to wherever I end up going, but a lot of people won't. A lot of my 25,000 followers on Twitch will never get the memo about where I've gone, because it doesn't matter how often you put it on stream, how often you tweet about it, make Insta reels about it, put it on your website, put it in your Discord. You can put it everywhere. There'll always be someone going, I never heard about that. Where did Robert go? People that for some reason just want you to knock on their door individually and tell them flyer drops. It's a good place problem. All good comes with some evil. Yeah. I studied metal smithing in school, and same problem. I could make things pre-existing metal stuff. If you just continue to let it happen, you're part of the problem. Yeah. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism. Jesus Christ, can there be some discretion at least? I appreciate it, nerdy. I will. I'll go and have a shower now and think about it a bit. I think as of where I'm at right now, I think I'm gonna. Uh, I think I'm gonna stream to YouTube tomorrow morning for BTS, and I don't think I'm gonna stream to Twitch. I might stream to Twitch. I might like turn on stream in Twitch, stream for like 20 minutes so that people can walk in, people can arrive, get the notifications that they used to, and I'll have on the screen like, hey, I'm moving to YouTube for now. I might do something like that. And then go over to YouTube for the actual BTS or something. You already said you have my support until one of us dies. Rude. You're gonna stop supporting me when you're a ghost. Something about not having the spirit to die. Alright, well, thank you for being here, everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming across to YouTube. I know it's a change, and change is not always fun, especially if you're spicy like myself. It can be a bit difficult and jarring to suddenly have to start learning a platform you don't know. It can be a bit weird, but I appreciate people who've made it along for being here and helping me playtest NPC Rivals as well. And I'll see you in the morning. I will post on Discord and Insta and Twitch and everywhere like what my decision is. And you'll obviously get the notification. Make sure you're following. Hello, cutie. Did you come to say hello to people? You guys want to see my mum's pup? My mum's dog. Hey, sweetie. This is Ebony. Hey, Ebony. Came in just in time to say goodnight. Say goodnight to everybody. Puppy. Just that naughty. I love how you assume the first one to go. Yeah, because you're old. I'm not. If you're done with Twitch, I'll have to cancel that sub. I'll hold off on it for now, Alan, because as I say, I've not made all of the decisions. I don't mind if you cancel. I don't mind if you cancel Twitch. You know.
Oh, don't come up here.
She did, yeah. She popped over there. I'm just ending my stream now. Yeah, I've not finalized all of the decisions and stuff, but I will make it widely known around all of my platforms as and when the decision is made. Bye for now.